All right, welcome back to another day on this bathroom remodel. Um, I'm working on this Kerdi board. Let me show you what we're doing today. So I kind of dry fit the back wall and the left wall the other day. They're not fastened yet. But over here, this is the most complex wall because it's got the body sprays on it. And I followed the instructions from the faucet people, but they're written in a different language for the most part. Everything was in millimeters. But the issue I'm running into is how far I set this back, because I have to account for the depth of the Kerdi board, and I also have to account for the depth of the tile. And I did this like 10, 15 times, thought I was perfect. Fortunately, my mixing valve is right on. So I did well there. But I think I need to move these forward about a 1/4 inch. I mean, yeah, I could get longer nipples, but then I got to buy them all. These are what came with it. This one should be pretty easy because I have it all on this 2x4. This one, these two are going to be a pain. So actually, these three left side are going to be a pain in the butt. But I don't know. I'm going to think this through. Everything else went okay. Had to get everything kind of level. Of course, the walls weren't exactly plumb, even with my new studs. But the other issue I'm going to run into, and I knew this, that they had shimmed this wall out. So I can't remember what I did. I put new studs in here. And yes, I remember now. So my new studs are flush with their shims, which is going to make this stick out, especially when I put the tile on there. The other thing I could do is move the studs back because they're 2x4s and it's a really weird, it's 2x4 wall with shims. So I could take all the shims off and kind of reset it in there. But at the time, that was going to be, I think, the most difficult path. So what I'm left with now is the tile and everything's going to be out a little bit, but we'll have trim or something to go there on the edge. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. Same thing over on this side. So it will stick out from this drywall. But this is really the first day I feel like I'm actually doing anything. Everything else was just kind of prep to get to this point. And I knew this would be time consuming, cutting these holes and getting this fit right. But after I get these set, then I gotta get the shower head up top. But then I'll be ready to screw these in. And I actually saw online a couple people recommended using thin set on the studs before you screw it in. So I'm probably going to do that. And hopefully that'll probably be all I get done today. And then I'll come back and we'll work on the shower pan. And waterproofing in the bench. And we'll do all that the next day. But I'll give you a quick update here after I get this installed. And maybe if I start screwing them in, we'll get another shot then. As I suspected, these three moved pretty easily. Just that one board. This one, I took the board out, notched it for that water line. And these two were the hardest because of where all those water lines are. The bottom one's okay. This top one is probably the tightest fit one. I don't know if you can see how much room there's going to be there. So once I get that adhered, I might have to make that hole a little bit larger. And some of that metal might sit behind the tile. The rest of these I think will be okay, but I mean, we're going to caulk all of that anyways. And we have these seals that I'm not sure, I have to see which side goes on there, but they're going to go around there to waterproof all of that as well. Then the tile will go over top of that. So I don't want to necessarily bring them out. Well, I don't think I can bring this one out any further without redoing that plumbing. So Worst comes to worst, I'll just get longer nipples. And it would only be just that one, maybe two. But that's the problem doing this, you know. It'd be a lot easier to do a simple surround with a normal circular faucet mixing valve. But we wanted custom, and that's what we're getting, custom. So I think I'm ready to go. Oh, I forgot. I got to put the one up there. Then I'm going to be ready to fasten these to the wall.